Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Sales Entrepreneur Podcast. I am Daniel McComber, and with me today is Ben Potzch.
Yes, sir.
Founder and CEO of 20U.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Happy to be here, bro. Thanks for the invite. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Well, honestly, I just saw you on social media, and I saw all your videos, and I was like, this guy is putting out an amazing message. And I just DM'd him like, hey, what's up, man? What's your story? And I just was interested in meeting you and getting to know you better. And since then, I've looked more into your company, 20U, and looked into more of like your story that you put out for people to help them. And it's just so impressive.
I try to be pretty open, I think, there's a reason why the word mess is inside the word message. And sometimes they think that the things that we feel inadequate or ashamed of, or like kind of like our mess in our life, we don't want to share. But once you give it purpose and you realize that that's a gift that God gave you and that's your message, that's what I try to share, and that's why I'm pretty open with it. And it's so dope because like I get a lot of people that relate to me, relate to my story, and feel like God gave me this gift of understanding people very well because of the stuff that I've been through in my life as well. So it's been a huge blessing.
Wow.
I love what I do, dude. I feel like every time you remember? Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Like every time people ask me like, dude, what do you do for a living? I'm like, I literally get paid by being a missionary. Like I preach the gospel every day. Like it's so dope. It's so cool.
That's awesome.
So,
so I mean, it sounds like you had this idea of what you wanted to do with your life, and then you kind of created a brand and a company around it.
No, fully, dude. Like this is the thing. I've always wanted to create a brand.
Okay.
And I've always wanted to put like a good message out there. And when I think about something that impacted my life, was finding my purpose when I was 20. Okay. And the word urgency. That's been my mantra since 2019. And I moved to the States because I wanted to become an athlete. That's my childhood dream, to be an athlete and everything.
Moved from where?
From Chile to the US.
Oh, wow.
In 2021.
Wow.
So dirt bikes was a huge thing. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to go like become an athlete, all this stuff. I'm going to compete. And I was competing in everything. But I got to the point that I'm like, I feel like as I started learning more about my purpose and why I'm here, I realized I'm more than an athlete. I'm more than that. And I can help more people, and I can start these 20U stuff right now. Yeah. So I kind of like started like the whole legal stuff in 2021 and everything. And it took me like 2 years to like figure out how I was going to do it. And now finally 2024, I feel like I have an idea of what we got going on.
Wow.
So
when you were in Chile, did you have this like ambition or an idea that you would be able to start a company one day? And
for sure. Like there's two sides of me, and I talk about the old Ben a lot, and then I talk about the new Ben, the true Ben that you guys, like most people see right now.
Yeah.
But I always tell people, I'm like, I wasn't always like that, dude. Like I'm very lazy by nature.
Oh.
I suicidal, come from a messed up family. Like I've seen a lot of bad things growing up, parties, Friday, Saturday. I didn't have anything going on for me like growing up. But in 2019, once I kind of like figured out my purpose, what I wanted to do with my life and what God signed me, I went psycho with it. And when I finished my mission, I was in 2020 back in Chile. And I'm like, I know I'm here to do something great. I know why I'm here to do. I don't know how the hell I'm going to do it. Like the how, I knew the what. Yeah. I didn't know the how though.
Yeah.
But I just kept moving. I just kept trying stuff and trying until like a couple of years now. I'm like, okay, I found this is how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to commit to it.
Well, I love that. And I love hearing like the origin stories of how you had these ideas and the steps that you took, because I feel like a lot of times we see a lot of motivational quotes and stuff on social media. Like there's the picture of the iceberg with just the tip and then like the rest of the iceberg. And it's like, if you're an entrepreneur, like you get to see the tip of the iceberg, the success, but you don't see everything that it took to form it. Right. And so for you, I mean, obviously your brand is taking off. And it's really interesting to hear like, hey, let's take a dive down and let's see kind of what it took to build where you are now, if that's okay with you.
Like, dude, it's so dope. Like, we can talk about it. Like, I have a meeting with Shields next week.
With
Friday.
Shields?
Yeah, with Shields on Friday to put our products there. And I visualize a lot. I'm a huge into the law of attraction. I texted my creative director of marketing, and he does like our designing products and everything. And I'm like, Hunter, we're going to get in. Like, I know for a fact we're going to get in. And I'm visualizing this moment of like getting in. I had a billboard in Times Square 2 weeks ago with all of our new merch and everything.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I told him today, because we're recording some stuff with one of our guys. He's a D1 wrestler for Duke, and he trains here now, and he's a coach. And I'm like, dude, we started with wristbands. I started with $3 wristbands that said have urgency, and everybody made fun of me.
That's where you started.
That's what it started with.
What, did you have the name of the company
I
already?
had 20U and everything, but I'm
You
like,
had 20U.
dude, people would ask me, dude, what's 20U? What do you? I'm like, bro, next Nike, like this is what we're doing, like it's purpose, all this. Sick, bro. What do you sell? I got a $3 wristband, bro. You know what I sold all of them. I know how to sell. That's all of them.
That's awesome.
But dude, it's cool because like, bro, like I think when it comes to entrepreneurship, everybody's like, oh, dude, like yeah, being I'm like, bro, like it's hard as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like people made fun of me, my family, friends, like nobody gives a shit what you got going on.
Yeah.
People want everything for free. Like it takes some balls to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And I look at like entrepreneurs right now and they're not real entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Like for example, like this is something it's kind of like unpopular opinion. I just speaking truth.
Let's hear it.
Like you have a lot of sales guys. They're like, yeah, dude, I'm an entrepreneur. You're not. You're a sales dude.
Yeah.
Oh, they get into real estate. I'm an entrepreneur. No, you're a real estate guy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, but you're not. You're sales or real estate. You're not an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is being the dude that has a vision, builds something from nothing, and takes all the risk. Google it up. That's the definition.
Yeah.
If you do anything else that's not that, you're not an entrepreneur. You're in sales. You manage teams. You're a great leader, or you're in real estate.
Yeah. Well, one thing I've realized soon is that recently is that there's a difference between entrepreneur and intrapreneur. And I've been diving into the term intrapreneur recently and researching about it. And the guest I had yesterday actually is a venture capitalist, and we were talking a lot about this too, where it's the idea like, man, if you're an amazing sales manager, if you're an amazing real estate, something in real estate, and you're really good at it, but you work for somebody else, that's okay. It's okay to be somebody's number two and be an amazing number two and be an intrapreneur.
Number twos make the most money.
They usually do.
They usually do, right?
And that's the crazy
I
thing.
make no money. I pay everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. You get paid last, right?
I don't pay myself.
You don't even pay yourself.
I do sales on the side so I can pay my bills.
Yeah.
But I reinvest every single penny. I don't touch it. I pay myself like $500 or $1,000 a month so I can pay for my apartment and stuff. But everything else just pay everybody else.
And that's the idea too, is like, man, I feel like people need to do a better job of embracing what they actually are and what their role actually is, because I think it'll give them a lot more happiness too. I think it's almost kind of like living 100%. It's not living a lie, but you're kind of trying to trick yourself a little bit. It's like, man, you're number two, embrace the crap out of that and just take as much advantage of the opportunity that you have. And then maybe when you get to the point where you can be an entrepreneur, cool. Then you could pivot and you'll know the difference. Like you were saying, you'll know the difference between an entrepreneur, intrapreneur, or a wantrepreneur. That's like the third term, right?
No, I agree. I mean, there's different, like it's a team, bro. In a team, you have the guy that scores, the goalkeeper, the defenders, the middle and everything. Like it's a team. Yeah. Just know your role, know the things you're good at and like stick to it.
So going back a little bit to your story, it's super. So you started with wristbands.
Literally.
So I guess you decided, okay, I'm done just being an athlete. I'm more than that. And real quick, take me through, how did you come up with the idea of 20U? What does it stand for?
I found my purpose when I was 20, and the word U stands for urgency.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
So for me, it has a lot of meaning, but now, so there's three things that we do.
Mm-hmm.
I do a one-on-one coaching. I have a mentorship program. It's a 4 to 6 week program.
Nice.
I coach a lot of sales guys, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of athletes. Like I got this guy, the pro boxer. I'm helping him out as well. I got this girl. She was training for Team USA to go to the Tokyo Olympics.
Oh.
Tore her Achilles. She's working with me now. I have like different people that work in a 9 to 5 and they want to do more with their life. They're making great money, but they're just there. So they come to work. Work with me. Then we have an online community. We teach them how to make money and get in shape, spiritual stuff, mental stuff. And then we have athletic performance apparel. So we have 3 different departments.
Yeah.
So I found my personal purpose, why God sent me in 2024. I found that out in 2019, why he sent me in 2019, like why now? And I remember more about myself. I kind of like woke up from the matrix in 2019. And since then I haven't gone back.
Nice.
And my mission, loved it, but it's still happening.
Yeah.
And I feel like a missionary every single day.
You're still on your mission.
100%.
Yeah, to help people.
I see miracles every day. I'm extremely fulfilled. There's days that I want to quit for sure. That just sucks. But I see God's hand every freaking day.
That is awesome.
And I'm just getting started.
And that's not a passive thing, is it?
No.
Yeah, it's an active
freaking active with it.
Right. Yeah. You have to be, right? Because you can't just go through life and expect to see signs. You have to be looking for them, right?
I just knew that. I always tell people, I'm like, you can serve God and make a lot of money.
Love that.
And there's a lot of people that they're like, oh, I got to work and also serve. And it's like, no, dude, it's the same thing. The more people you help, the more problems you solve, the more value you add, the more money will you make. So why would you work in something that feels so worldly? You're just making money. Why not something that gives you meaning, gives you passion? Like there's a purpose. Is your calling. It might, dude. The stuff that I do, I'm like, I get paid to do this. Is sick. Like I love this stuff. It's dope.
That's awesome.
I feel like how you make money matters. That matters a lot to me.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many ways to make money right now. I wanted to make money in a way that I'm impacting people, I'm influencing people, and I'm making someone better.
Wow.
That's how I wanted to make money. That's how I wanted to be known for.
Yeah.
You know,
that's not easy to find, is it? You have to create something. In your case, you had to create something in order to get that.
I mean, choose your heart. I mean, not doing the opposite, I think is hard too. In the short term, people might think, oh, I'm balling out, he's sick, but I talk to a lot of people that make a lot of money. And when they're not fulfilled, but they're making money, they're not fulfilled either. They're just making money. So he's like, it's still hard.
Yeah.
You know,
so
like,
choose your heart.
I feel
I
like the
like
same
that.
thing.
No, I love that.
You know?
So you sold all your wristbands, right? And then what was like the next step to say, hey, you had a lot of urgency. You had a lot of passion for the brand that you made. But I feel like entrepreneurs, a lot of times, they'll have so much passion. They have a great idea, but getting it off the ground is easier said than done,
hard,
right?
Bro, fully.
And so is there like a story or a memory that you can think of back when you're getting started that kind of was like a catalyst from going to like just a small deal to a bigger deal? It's
a process, bro, for sure. But I feel like God blessed me in a way that I'm a visionary. I'm a huge visionary.
Yeah.
My role in 20U, it's preaching the vision.
Yeah.
And then I find people that can turn the vision into something real. Okay. So connecting with the right people for sure. My business partner, Derek, I love that dude to death. Yeah. He's my brother. He's been a huge help in my life. Because like in the beginning, bro, I'm like, okay, I'm going to help people find their purpose, live with urgency. I'm going to change people's lives. And I'm going to sell wristbands. And then I'm going to sell clothes. And that's how it started. So it's like, for me, it made complete sense.
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't make sense now when I talk about it. You know, but like, it took 2 years of like trying to figure it out. How can I do this? How can I help people with my message?
2 years it took you to do this.
It took me 2 years to figure it out.
Wow.
Until I brought Derek on board. He's a sales guy. He's a regional manager. He works at Hogs.
Oh, okay.
So great dude, bro. I love that guy to death. So anyway, we're eating at his family's house for Christmas last year.
Yeah.
And I'm already, dude, I built a program. I'm doing one-on-ones with people. I'm getting paid. People come to me because I'm like, dude, you know what? 4 core principles. I'll help you find your purpose, restructure your whole life to do what I do so you can do it in your life.
Nice.
And I'm getting already paid for that one-on-one.
Okay.
So I'm eating at his family dinner and I'm talking with his dad. And his dad asked me the same question. Ben, what's your mission? I'm here to help people find their purpose. Look at that. How do you do that? I sell clothes. And I'm like, and then he hit me. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And then Derek's like, dude, I feel like we got to change how we do things. And I'm like, I think you're right.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like, wait, I'm already doing the one-on-one stuff. I'm helping people spiritually and mentally. Why? I just got to make that part of, that's 20U. It's not Ben, it's 20U.
Yeah.
So we do that one. And I realized that the products is a way for people, kind of like a hook. But my main goal is the community.
Nice.
I want people that when you come to 20U, you got everything here. You don't have to go anywhere else. You make money here.
Yeah.
You have your friends here. You get a great community, trips, all this different stuff. You buy your clothes here. And you get spiritually nourished. You still got to go to church. If you go to church, I always encourage that.
It will be a supplement to that.
Fully.
Yeah.
But he's like, you get all that stuff here. And I want to, even like with food, I want to start like supplement stuff in the future. It's like, you get everything here.
Nice.
And you don't go anywhere else.
That's awesome. So you had that vision of building the community and everything like that.
Fully.
And then it took you 2 years. I mean, during that 2 years, it must have been a hard time just like bootstrapping the whole thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. I mean, I started with wristbands, bro. Like I have a lot of passion. So in the beginning, like it's just the heart. I mean, just entrepreneurship that once you have a vision and you want to, at the end of the day, in the beginning, you just have a vision. That's what you're selling, you know, and I just had that.
Yeah.
And I'm telling, dude, I'm going to build this and like all this stuff. And people are like, come on, man. You're from Chile. Dude, you sell wristbands. Yeah. Or like, you suck at school. You have no funding. Like, how are you going to, all right. I'll prove you wrong, bro. And I'm pretty competitive too. So that's the other thing. I love helping people. I have my great side with God and everything, but I have my dark side. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Sure.
The athlete comes out.
Bro, I don't forget a single thing, dude. I have a bunch of lists of people.
Yeah.
That I'm like, now I'm at a point, and again, I'm just getting started, but I have a lot of evidence that I don't even have to speak in a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I remember every single human being that talk a little bit of shit in the beginning. I'm like, yeah, look at me now, bro.
Look at you
I'm
now.
just getting started.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So you had this vision, you created this idea, and then what kind of action steps did you take to build the community side of it? Because you went from one-on-one coaching, building a community. That's I mean, you have to sell the vision, of course, but like, what are some of the action things that you guys did?
Well, you need a team, bro. You got to find people. There's two things: finding the right people. I realize there's three things that I'm great at: building leaders, working one-on-one, and preaching to the masses and preaching the vision. That's great at. Yeah. Everything else, I got to find people that can do that for me. I was reading this book from Darren Hardy, The Entrepreneurship Roller Coaster, and he talks about it. Okay, yeah. Those three things that you do the best at. And once kind of like it clicked me, I'm like, okay, I'm going to build a system that I can find people that can curate the products, that can build a community, can do sales, can be on my Instagram, reaching out to people, can do ads, can do all these different things. And I'm just going to focus on the things I'm the best at. So finding the right people that can help you put your vision into something real, into physical stuff. And then the other thing is you got to invest money. If you want to play, you got to pay to play. You know, I've invested thousands of dollars, bro, in like, not just like in coaching in general, like mindset, but okay, I'm going to build a community who has something that I want. All right, this dude, he's building a community. He can teach me how to do it. How much you charge? $5,000. All right, pay it. He's my credit card. Let's do it. I want to learn.
So you find people who were where you wanted to be. Yeah. And then you would pay them. Yeah. You get a part of their programs to learn from people who,
100%.
That's amazing.
Like my coach, the one that does a one-on-one high ticket online, he makes $700,000 a month. You know, and I'm working with them one-on-one. And it's freaking awesome. They're teaching me every single detail.
Nice.
You know,
so it's worth the investment.
Oh, fully, dude. Yeah.
How important do you think that coaches and mentors are in entrepreneurship?
It depends. You want to save time or not? I do this stuff because I'm not a patient person.
Yeah.
Like I want everything I have on my law of attraction list, the things I visualize, I want that this year. I want to make them this year.
Yeah.
The cars, the house, where I want you to be, I want that this year. That's my mentality.
And the way that to get there faster is through
you got to pay to play.
Pay to play. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, it's insane. Like if you were to ask me, hey, Dan, are you going to do, like, would you ever do a podcast? Literally, I think February this year, I would have laughed. I'm like, what the heck would I do a podcast for? Yeah. I didn't have the vision. I didn't have that idea. I knew that I wanted to find something that was very fulfilling, and I wanted to bring value to the place where I realized that there's not a lot of value with sales guys, entrepreneurs, anything like in that realm. I'm like, man, I feel like there's not a lot of things here for these guys. And so through a coaching group and through working one-on-one with my coach, he kind of helped me realize the path to ultimately creating the podcast. And so it's crazy that now I look back and I'm like, I have a podcast. I'm 20 episodes deep, and
that's great.
It's insane how fast your life can change. And I had to pay to play. It's an expensive program. It's an expensive coach. But I mean, literally from February until now, it's July, the changes that have happened in my life are insane. And yeah, it absolutely would never have happened.
Dude, podcast is a great way to network. It's
so good. How else me and you have met? So good. I could be like, hey, dude, I want to buy your stuff. But no, I mean, it's a phenomenal way to meet people. But at the same time, it's like, man, I want to create a culture. I want to create an environment with positive examples of entrepreneurs who do things in a specific way. So that way, if anybody else is out there that's trying to become an entrepreneur or trying to live as their own boss, they have somewhere to go to see examples and get learning.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I think you're definitely giving a lot of people a lot of resources. That's great.
Yeah. And honestly, through people like examples like yourself, that's the idea, right? I mean, coming from Chile to America, athlete you didn't go to school for business, did you?
I got kicked out of college.
Kicked out of college? Which college?
UVU.
UVU? How'd they kick you out? What'd you do?
.97 GPA.
You just never went to class, did you?
Yeah, I've almost lost everything like 3 times.
Really?
Yeah,
because you're working so hard on the country. Vision. Really?
Yeah.
Visa stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm stubborn, so I'm like, I'm gonna bet in me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet in my dreams and what I want.
I love that.
You know, that's the other thing. Like, I love what you're doing, dude. I think entrepreneurship, it's like pretty promoting on social media. Look at this, look at that. I'm like, nah, dude. Like, there's a lot of fake advice.
Fake.
There's like one guy that I really, one guy that I look up to a lot in entrepreneurship, and that's Andy Frisella, because he has a very real company with real employees, real products, real culture.
Yeah.
Everybody right now talks about business and how to do this and how to do that. And I'm like, dude, I respect people that have built something from nothing.
Yeah.
When it's given to you and you got it easy and everybody else is doing the same way, I have no respect for you, bro.
Right.
I don't like it.
Well, it's funny. I tell people all the time, I'm a great example of a failed entrepreneur many, many times over. And I'm just waiting for the next one to come where it's going to explode. Because I've started a couple different companies that ultimately just fizzled out, just didn't pan out, lost a couple money on this one, lost a couple money on that one. And that's entrepreneurship too. I mean, the fact that the first company that you started and had a passion and vision for is the one that was successful is phenomenal. But at the same time, you made a lot of pivots along the way.
Fully, dude. But this is the thing, like a lot of entrepreneurship, bro, like it's so simple, but it's so hard at the same time. The main thing that you need if you're the leader is building this. Mm-hmm. You got to build yourself into a freaking dog, into a machine that you just won't quit.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people, they jump and they try, it doesn't work out because they're not built for it or they haven't built themselves to it. I understood at a young age, this is my path. This is what I'm going to do. I have to prepare myself. How do I do it? I'm going to toughen up. I have a buffalo here. That's my spiritual animal. You know why? Because I'm a freaking buffalo. I'm not a smart dude. I'm not the fastest. I'm not the wealthiest. I'm not the prettiest. I don't come from like a lot of family with resources that just put a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like I've had it hard. Yeah. So I understood, all right, how can I win? I'm going to play the long-term game. I'm going to choose one thing and I'm going to stick with it until I figure it out. Nice. And I'm just going to like keep going and I'm not going to quit.
Yeah.
How can you beat me? How can you freaking beat me if I don't have options? Yeah. Like, dude, and I talk about this a lot so many times because, dude, I put myself in a scenario that I don't have anything else. I cannot go to college. I cannot have a normal job. I didn't want to have a normal job. That's why I dropped out of school. I wanted to drop out of school and then they ended up kicking me out because I didn't want that to be an option because I'm like, this is my thing and I'm going to put everything into this. Yeah. Some people could say, yeah, but Ben, that's too extreme. I don't care, bro. I want to win. Do you want to win or not?
Yeah.
I don't want second place. I don't want third place. I want to freaking win. Yeah. That's my mentality.
Well, let's live in the extreme, right? Why would
I'm a freaking extremist.
Yeah, why would we want to live anywhere else? Like, I like the idea of living in the extreme.
When I have one week and they're telling me, Ben, you got to show 30 grand to get your visa, and I have no money in my bank account, and I'm like, holy shit, what the hell am I going to do? I got to figure it out. Because my option, and just to be very graphic with you, and just to people want to understand entrepreneurship, this is what it takes. That old Ben still comes out once in a while. Like, dude, I struggle with depression. I struggle with like a lot of mental stuff. It's like I've suffered a lot. Yeah. Like I've been through a lot of shit in my life. I didn't have no help. And that's why I believe in God so much, because he was the only guy that stuck around with me. Yeah. So there's times in my life that the suicidal things comes in and all these different mental stuff. And I made the decision that if I go back to Chile, it's over. It's over. That's my mentality.
Yeah.
And some people are like, oh, Ben, that's like hocus. I kid you not, that I knew for a fact that if I went back to Chile, I end everything. I throw the towel.
Wow.
So it's either make it work or my life. That's what I put myself into it. Yeah. So for example, with my visa, I almost lost everything 3 times.
Wow.
I had to figure it out because I knew that on the other side, I'm like, there's nothing else. You take this away from me, I have nothing else.
Yeah.
Like this is everything for me.
Wow.
So it's like, I have to make it work. How can you beat me?
Yeah.
How can you beat somebody like that?
Yeah.
Like, and that's entrepreneurship. Yeah. If you want to win, build something remarkable, not just be good, be like everybody else, be one of the masses, stand out, build something from nothing, inspire people of what's possible and live a life of faith. For me, that's the gospel for me.
Yeah.
I want to live a life that I have to trust God because I got nothing else on me.
Yeah.
The only thing I have is faith. And I apply that in my finances, in my body, in my relationships, in everything, bro. Not just when I go to church.
Yeah.
I take that very seriously. I want when people look at me, like, how'd you do it? I trusted him a lot.
I love that.
And he delivered every freaking time that I didn't have anything else.
Yeah. Just every part of your life.
Sorry, I get passionate about it, bro.
Yeah, no, I love it. That's
it makes
fantastic.
me emotional, dude. But like, it's the real stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you reflect back on those hard times and you think about the things that you went through, I mean, it gets you pumped up because you can also see where you've come from and where you are now.
Dude, fully, like when I used to run ultra marathons, I don't do it anymore because I had like 3 surgeries on it. I mean, I'm pretty extreme. And
you do everything extreme, don't you?
100%, bro. Now I have to learn how to like balance it because it was like taking a toll on my body.
Yeah.
But when I was running ultra marathons, I would be like 15 hours and then I would finish a race and would break down and cry. And it's kind of like an analogy of life. I always tell people, I'm like, I was so emotional because I wanted to quit the entire time. And I was by myself.
Yeah.
And I wanted to quit. I was in a lot of pain. I just didn't. Same thing with this. Like, there's so many opportunities that just like I get emotional because I'm like, if people actually knew like how many big balls it takes to do this stuff, and like all the pain I had to endure, and all the criticism and the betrayals and the people screwing me over, and chicks and my family and financially, like everything, bro.
Yeah,
like it takes a lot.
Yeah,
it takes a mental toll on you. It takes a special breed of person.
Well, it's crazy what you said there, that you were so alone. And it sounds like when things started really gearing up is when you brought on that team you talked about, where you realized, hey, I'm really strong in these 3 things, but the rest of these things I'm pretty weak. And then you brought in a team to help with the things that you're weak at. Yeah.
I just realized that, like, if I want to build something, I just can't do it by myself. I just can't.
Yeah.
And I had to like leave that ego aside.
Yeah, leaving the ego aside. That's what I was going to ask. Was it hard? Because obviously you can sell someone on the vision and they get excited and they come on board with you. But then is it hard to kind of relinquish some of that, I guess, control and some of that authority?
Really. Like in the beginning, it like took me like a day, but then I can detach pretty quick.
Okay.
But it took me like a minute. And I was talking with Derek because we had this investor that wanted to take part of all the product stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, but dude, I can do this. I know how to do sales. And we're in the car and Derek was like, Ben, knock it off and let him do it. Like, why are you wanting to get involved? And I'm like, you're right.
Yeah.
I have too much skin in the game. Like, this is personal to me. I'm like, you're right. I'm going to touch.
Yeah.
And I just detached.
Well, how important is it to have someone like Derek in your life?
Super important.
That can just absolutely say, hey, I know you and I know what's best for you. And I also know what's best for the company. And for a lot of people, they have to pay to have someone like that in their lives. And, you know, they have to find like a mentor or coach, or they have to find a business partner that can come in and give them that kind of third party advice. Right. And so for you, was when Derek kind of came in and said that, was it an ego thing, or what do you think kind of was keeping you from wanting to be able to let your partners do what they need to do?
No, but the thing is I know everything. I've built it. I know marketing, I know products, I know designing, I know manufacturing, I know ads, I know this, and I know everything. I know every single part of it. So I'm to invest in it. So sometimes it's hard because like I know how to do it. He's like, no, let it go, bro.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
That makes sense.
You know? So now I have great people, but like it's funny because a lot of people in the beginning that I've worked with just work with me for free.
Oh, no kidding.
There are a bunch of them.
They're built on the vision as well.
I preach a vision.
Yeah.
You sell the vision. You got to create a vision so big that even your dreams can fit under my vision.
There you go.
People right now, especially younger people, they don't work for money. They work for purpose and meaning. And if you can have money for them to say, you found a freaking caliber people. Yeah.
And so I guess when you bring in like high quality people, is it just like, hey, ownership in the company or a promise of a future payout?
And then now in the beginning, now I pay people because now we have like we're in a better financial position. But in the beginning, Derek is the only guy that I offer ownership. Everybody else is like, dude, I'll help you. You help me.
Wow. That's amazing.
I would preach a vision and I would deliver on the vision.
Yeah.
You know?
And so you have this team and you guys are starting to make steps. And so was the first step to build I guess, do I want to call it a coaching program or community? Which one kind of came first?
The product, bro, the wristband.
After the wristband, right? You had the wristband and then you had some clothes and stuff. I'm like, but was it easier to build like the community, or I guess you already had the one-on-one coaching program?
Nothing was easy. Nothing.
Easier, I suppose, but
nothing.
Yeah.
None of them.
None of them.
I just sat down and stuck with it, and I get distracted pretty fast. It's hard for me to focus too.
Yeah.
So I just had to like sit down with it and just do it.
Yeah.
Like, literally, that's simple, bro. Like, it's not like a secret formula. It's just like grab something. I have an idea. How can I create this? And just sit down your ass and start writing stuff and brainstorm and figure it out.
Yeah.
That's it.
And so when you were thinking, I mean, you were 20 years old and you had the urgency. Was the idea and the vision that you're selling to people, was it the idea like, hey, you also need to have urgency in your life, so come and join this community of people who have massive urgency and who are finding purpose? Or is it, hey, come join this community and with a different kind of purpose in mind?
There's one thing that God blessed me with, it's pretty well. Conviction And the other thing, I can see people's potential and who they truly are and why they're here. I can feel it. I can see it.
Okay.
And whenever I meet somebody that I know they could do more, I would just tell them, hey, dude, this is why you're here. Like all this stuff, they could feel it and be like, Ben, you're right. I know. It's like, yeah, come work with me. Let's build this stuff together and let's help more people. I started helping more people, and they were so bought into this because their lives were changed. Every single human being that works with us, their lives were changed.
Wow.
That's why they want to jump in, because I'm not in the coaching business. I'm not in the community business. I'm not in the product business.
Yeah.
I'm in the spiritual business. I'm in the business of people.
Yeah.
If I can add more value to somebody else, they'll be like, I want to be there. And I would preach a vision. And I'll be like, hey, dude, I'm going to win. You want to win with me? Let's help some people make some money on the side.
I love that. So for anybody who's listening, that's resonating with what you're saying, that is loving this idea, do you schedule a phone call with these people, or is it just something that you're actively looking for?
Oh, dude, I have like a whole system that I have on like social media. I have 2 guys on my DMs reaching to 100 people a day, 100, 150 people. And I got ads. I spend thousands of dollars a day, a month on them. I got retargeting ads. I got all my content around. I have a huge system behind it.
Yeah.
And like, then I have my setters and my sales guys, and then me that talk to people and everything.
Wow.
So I'm in charge of the coaching program, and then I oversee everything with like the community and then with the products. So I have Derek that's in charge of the community. Yeah. He's just finishing sales, so he's going to be here in like a month or 2. So I just built everything from the ground up, found people. All right, you're going to be in charge of this, you're going to be in charge of that, content, everything. And then started putting people in, funnel it. I figured all the system for that. And then for products, I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. Hired a guy that's great at it. Let's build it together.
Wow, that's amazing. And so with the products part of it, you said you weren't good at it. Like, I guess, do you have a hand in like the way it looks and the way it feels and stuff like that? Is that something you're passionate about, or did you give that all to somebody else?
No, I mean, I'm still involved with it. I just see like the details and stuff, but I'm focusing on the things I do the best at.
The things you do the best
There's people that are best in me in products. There's people that are best in me when it comes to creating culture. There's people that are best in me in sales. So I just let them handle the things that everybody does the thing that they're best at. That's what I try to do.
That's
like
awesome.
I find what people are great at, put them in a position, and I get the hell out of the way.
Yeah.
No, and I just make sure they have everything they need.
That is awesome. As you were, what I'm really compelled, like the idea of transforming people and helping people is really interesting to me, because everyone is different and you can't have one streamlined system for what you're talking about. At least I don't think so. You tell me, is there like a streamlined system that you could take people through to help them figure out what their purpose is, figure out what they're not doing good in? Or when the people come to you, do they already kind of usually know, hey, I'm not good at X, Y, and Z, or hey, my goals are this and I don't know how to get there? So are they usually giving you kind of an idea of what to help them with, or are you kind of discovering in them, hey, I see your potential, I see what you need to do differently, and this is how you get there?
So I help people go from point A to point B. I'll give you a story. I had this girl reach out to me 2 days ago through social media. And we jump on a call. I launched like a new free guide about like just discipline and how to build structure.
I saw
something like very simple.
Yeah.
And then she like scheduled a call right away with me. So yesterday I jumped on a call and I'm like, hey, how you doing? My name is Ben. I'm like, Ben, like all this stuff. Like we started talking and whatnot. And I asked her, dude, how'd you find me? And she's like, Ben, I've watched your YouTube content for the past 6 months. Wow. And I wasn't ready for them. But yesterday I was praying, and I was in the Olympic team to go to Tokyo in 2020. And I've been an athlete since I was 4. And it was my whole identity. And I tore my Achilles and I had to quit. And for 2 years, I've been in a hole. I don't know what to do next. I don't know who I am. And most of the people I talk to, they're not even like my same beliefs, religion and stuff. It's like people like all over the US. Yeah. It's like, I've been in this hole. I don't know what to do. I've been here 2 years and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of being sick and tired. And yesterday night I was praying. I was asking God, what do? I need you to give me a sign. I need help. I know I'm here to do something great. I have no idea what that looks like. And I don't know how to move on. And I felt that I need to go into Instagram. I opened my Instagram and everything was frozen. And the only page I could look for and see was yours. Wow. And then I would go to the search thing, the other feed, and it was just all your content. And that's when I realized that God told me, reach out to this dude. And I reached out to you. She joined the program, and now we're changing everything. And I told her, give me 2 months, and we'll flip everything, this thing around. I'm
Wow.
not like, yeah, dude, 2 years, 3, give me 2 months and I'll change your life.
2 months.
2 months.
Wow.
And you'll go from being there to being an instrument in God's hand. You're going to be extremely fulfilled. You're going to know who you are. You know why you're here. You know your purpose. And we're going to structure your whole life so you can live that every single day. Because that's something I'm very passionate about.
Yeah.
There's one scripture that always stuck with me. Matthew 9:34 and 36 through 36. There's a bunch of people that are sick. They're coming to Christ. And Christ is healing all of them. And then there's so much work to do that he turns to his apostles and he's like, there's a lot of work to do and very few laborers. And he said, please pray to the Lord of the vineyard so he can send more servants.
Wow.
And it gets me chill. It gets me so emotional talking about it because for me, Christ is perfect and he truly is. But, and he can do everything. But the fact is that people's lives are changed one at a time.
Wow.
And he's showing you this human side of him, of what actually matters in life, saying, I need help.
Wow.
There's a lot of people that are suffering. There's a lot of pain. And I need people that can do what I'm doing every day.
Yeah.
And I take that very seriously because every person that comes to me, it's a spiritual experience. Man, I saw this and God told me, I know, dude, because I feel like I'm in the spirit. I'm preaching the gospel.
Wow.
And I help people turn them into like whatever they're doing into that feeling. I turn people into those servants.
Wow.
Okay, you were doing that, you were lost, whatever. We're going to turn you into somebody that you're being an instrument in God's hands, and this is the type of life you're going to live.
Wow.
Because I want to help Christ have more servants. That's what I'm called here to do.
Yeah.
I'm here to wake people up and to help people find their purpose because there's a lot of work out there. I look around what everybody else is doing.
Yep.
Maybe they're living a great life, but they're just traveling, just enjoying, just going through the motions. They're making money, but they're just there. I'm like, bro, there's more to life than that.
There's way more.
There's more to life.
And what you're trying to do is you're trying to find the people who are ready, or they're like on the edge of the cliff and they're looking over and they want to jump in a positive way. They want to make that step towards becoming an asset or becoming, I guess a disciple or whatnot for the cause. But they don't know how to do it. And so,
dude, I've helped a lot of sales guys start companies, a lot of entrepreneurs get a vision. I'm like, okay, dude, you're more than an entrepreneur. If you think you're just that, you got it way wrong.
Wow.
The most influential people, entrepreneurs, they're not entrepreneurs. They're evangelists.
Right.
Like who? Andy Friel, he's not an entrepreneur, dude. He's an evangelist. Yeah. He's preaching a vision. And my lad, he's not an entrepreneur, dude. He's a preacher.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like all these people that you look up to, they're not like, part of who they are, they're business entrepreneur athletes,
right.
But their main thing, they're always preaching something.
Yeah.
The most influential people, they preach a mission, a cause, a vision or whatever, a message.
Yeah.
Those are the most influential ones.
Absolutely. Yeah. I saw Ed twice within the past 6 months just for different reasons. And yeah, you're exactly right. There's always something a message that can be relayed to affect. Maybe in a crowd of thousands, it's going to really resonate with 100. But those 100 people can take the steps to become the next people that can help more people. And then it just falls and it falls. Right?
Dude, the girl that helped me find my purpose in 2019, she has no idea the ripple effect that she caused.
Wow. Because
I haven't stopped since 2019. And I've helped thousands of people at this point in every single way. And you never know the domino effect that you can have in somebody else, dude. Yeah. And again, I'm not for everybody. I don't give a shit. Like I'm for the right people.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I got people that hate me and I don't care. People that love me and love him.
Yeah.
Like that's a great way to live your life.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the crazy thing is that you're able to take someone, you said 2 months, you can kind of transform.
In 2 months. If you're willing to be coachable, grow your relationship with God and apply the stuff I'm listening, in 2 months we'll flip all this stuff
coachable
around.
How important is that second thing that you mentioned with the relationship with God?
100%. If you don't believe in God, you're not willing, I ain't working with you.
Really?
Because I'm at a point, I don't care if God is real, it's fact.
Yeah.
I ain't compromising. Like you are a spiritual being having a physical experience. So I'm going to rebuild you spiritual first, not physical. Spiritual, mental first, and then we're going to work on all the physical stuff, finances and everything else.
Yeah, so it's
we start spiritually.
It's not that you're judging them for not being spiritual. You just know, hey, for how you help people and the way that you can help people the most is by using the spiritual first So it's not necessarily that you're rejecting people who don't believe in God or whatnot. You just say, hey,
I just tell them, you want my help? This is the requisites. You like it? Cool. If you're not, find somebody else.
yeah, because you know how you can help people the most.
I mean, dude, that's the reality. If you want to change your life, start spiritually.
Mhm.
Like, you weren't created body first or finances first or like none of the other stuff first. Your spirit first.
I love that.
So you can argue with me all day, but man, like, okay, results speak more.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, without obviously giving away too much, as much as that you're willing, what are some of the things? I mean, you said you do work spiritually first. What are some of the things that you help show people how to rebuild?
I focus on 4 things. There's 4 core principles. Topic number 1, we focus on your identity and your purpose. You're going to figure those things out. You're going to know them. You're going to remember them. Yeah. Not learn. You're not here to learn anything new. You're here to remember. You knew everything before. You forgot. You came to this world because you wanted to experience what you already knew, but you forgot. So the most important thing is remember. You know everything. I'm not going to teach you anything new. Most of the stuff that I teach people, they're like, Ben, this resonant. Yeah, I know it does, bro. I'm teaching you truth. Your spirit inside of you can feel that what I'm teaching you is freaking facts.
Yeah.
Recognize the truth. So those 2 things, identity, purpose. Second, we work on, that's the what. Then how can you fulfill your purpose? And then that's where we go on passion, your financial vehicle, and your message. What is the thing you love to do the most? That's what I want to shoot for. And then most of the time, the thing that you want to do the most, like your passion, costs money. So let's find a financial vehicle, take care of the bills, pay all of that, and then let's play in the long-term game. And then the third thing is your message. This gives meaning to the passion, because I work with a bunch of like college, like BYU football players, and I'm like, you're more than an athlete, bro. If you think you're just that, you got it wrong.
Yeah.
That's your passion, but the message will give you meaning, and we craft all those things. Third topic, structure, discipline. I frame it in a way that everything that you do every single day, it's related to topic number 2 and topic number 1. I don't want anything from your life that is not related to your purpose. Either adds value, takes value away. Yes or no. I ain't compromising it.
Yeah.
And then the 4th thing, I teach you everything about the law of attraction, how to visualize, manifest, how energy works, quantum physics, and how Christ applied a lot of this stuff with words, faith, and I teach you everything on a spiritual level. Wow. Not like hocus pocus, just universe. I teach it on a spiritual level because it's actual spiritual things.
Yeah.
And I teach the metaphysical, non-physical, and physical part of it. So you can dominate in 3.
Yeah. So there's obviously a huge teaching aspect of it, but I'm guessing a lot of this work has to be done on their own.
There's a lot. I have a huge homework thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there homework that you give them?
Oh, for sure, bro. Yeah. People learn by applying.
Any books that you like have them read? Or
a bunch of books. Yeah.
A bunch of books too. So if they're signing up with you, they got to be prepared to do homework, read books. It kind of invest that time into themselves outside of the meetings that they have with you.
Yeah.
And so I guess the whole purpose of it is like, hey, they're trying to transform their life, and that's hard. It takes work to do that, right? And you have to be willing to put in the work into yourself, and then having a coach and having a mentor or a visionary. Which one of those 3 would you resonate with best?
I would say that there's so many things. Sadly, entrepreneur, public speaker, like I do so many things, but I would say that my main thing, I'm a preacher. That's what I am.
Wow. That's amazing.
I'm a preacher.
People probably get like the wrong connotation when you say that, but
probably, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, saying that you're a preacher, you're preaching so many positive things. And so you work on the spiritual side of things. The physical thing kind of helps in it with too. What's kind of like at the end of 2 months, let's say, and someone did the work, they put in the work the way that you told them to, and they applied themselves. What's kind of like the end result that someone can expect, or what are some of the results that they can expect from working with you?
Their relationship with God is improved. They know why they're here. They have structure and discipline in their life. They're manifesting and visualizing all these things and attracting things into their life. Yeah. They have better friends. They're making more money. They're getting in shape, and they have a better community, and they feel better every single day. Now they know where they're going. They have clarity. They have vision. Mm-hmm. In Proverbs, it says that if you have no vision, you will perish. Most of people don't have vision, don't have no idea what to do with their life when it comes to the end goal or long term.
Yeah.
And I help them figure that out, and like their lives just improve in general.
Yeah. No, that's amazing.
And I'm results driven, so I work with them until we figure it out.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. So what are kind of the next steps for 20U and kind of what are you building out to expand?
Well, we're on the road to hit 500,000 this year.
Nice.
Which is pretty good.
Revenue?
I would consider this like the first year because I actually know what I'm kind of like doing.
Yeah. You have your team in place and
And I was selling wristbands before, so I can't you could get 500,000 if you sell wristbands, but now I know what I'm doing kind of thing. I think so. Mm-hmm. I have a better team. I want to be in retailers. I want to be in Chills. I know I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
I want to have our first HQ.
Oh,
I might move to St. George. I feel like God called me there, that I got to move down there. So
nice.
that's another thing. And by next year, by 2025, I want to be hitting 10 million in revenue. That's the goal. Hopefully we can hit 500,000 this year. I want to have our HQ. I have a huge design. I already drew everything where I want my office, the retail store, the gym. I want an MMA gym. I want the warehouse in the back, my office, a podcast studio, everything.
Yeah.
So I want to have that. And I want 100,000 followers on Instagram on 20U stuff.
Nice.
So we have a content team working on it. And I want to have 1,000 people in our community. And I want to be able to hit 6 figures a month on our coaching program that we're helping so many people that there's like just revenues coming in.
Yeah.
And I want to be on retailers, and I want to sponsor professional athletes. And I have a couple of them right now, but
Oh, you do?
grow that out.
Oh, fantastic. So, I mean, that's what I love is that I asked what's next for you, and you had the list memorized.
The thing is, I know where I'm going to be.
Coming out so
I know
fast.
I know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's amazing. So those are the things that you're manifesting right now. Those are the visions, and
they're already happened.
Yeah.
It just hasn't manifested yet, but they're there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How hard is it to take somebody that has kind of like an old school mindset that doesn't know anything about manifestation and take them to the point where, hey, now you're starting to manifest and you're starting to see the things that are happening in your life?
It's how willing you are. I don't care where you are in life, but you're willing, I can work with you.
Wow.
You know, and I mean, I just tell them my experience. I'm like, dude, just trust me. Your
Yeah.
life sucks right now. So you can no fruits. Look at the evidence. Can you argue with evidence? No, you can't. This works because there's evidence, so might as well use it because there's results. So like, why would you keep arguing with it? You know? So like, I'm very results driven.
I love that.
So when people argue, I'm like, look at this, dude. I've done it. It
Yeah.
works. Look at this person. Look at this. Like, it works.
Yeah.
Like, have you applied it? No, that's why it's not working.
The fruits of your labor, right?
Like in the scripture, it says, how can you get to know if a prophet is a true prophet? By their fruits.
By the fruits.
I always tell people, you want to get to know me? Look at my fruits.
I
Not
love
what
that.
I do. I can talk all day with you. We can have a podcast for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Look at what I do.
Yeah.
Look at how I talk to people. Look
Yeah.
at the energy I carry myself with.
Yeah.
Look at
absolutely.
the stuff that I build. And look at my content. Look at my fruits. Look at my results. Look at my evidence.
Yeah. I love that.
That's the best way to get to know someone.
And then what about you personally? What are some of the things that you personally are trying to envision for the upcoming?
Which area?
Man, that's a good point. I mean, we've talked about so much about business, but you know, at the same day, 20U is a business, but it's also you. It's tattooed on your arm,
Literally.
right? Yeah, I love that.
You know, committed I am to this thing.
But you know, you're also an individual and a spiritual being outside of 20U. And so I guess what are kind of the next steps or the biggest things or priorities for you in your growth?
My priority is 20U right now.
That is a
Big.
priority.
It's my purpose. I build my
Yeah.
purpose into a brand,
Wow.
you know, so that's why it doesning feel like work.
Yeah.
So that's my main priority. Second thing, for sure, I want to get married at some point. Hopefully meet a girl this year. The thing is, I've met a lot of people for sure, but I focus a lot in my foundation.
Yeah.
Because when I want to be in a partnership with someone. You know, I take that very seriously.
Yeah.
And like, it's not going to be like, oh yeah, let's travel and like hang out. Yeah, we'll do fun things, but I want to win. I want to help people.
Yeah.
Like, I want to have urgency right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you might think I'm a dictator. I don't care, but you're going to live a freaking great life and we're going to make a lot of money. It's going to be freaking dope.
Yeah.
And we're going to win.
Yeah.
You want that or not?
Yeah. What's wrong with that? Right.
Well, you know, like
love
most
that.
girls don't want that. It's fine. So I'm like, I'm taking my time and like
Yeah.
finding somebody, but I do want that. Hey, I want to buy a house in St. George. The house I want is 1.7 million. It's in Hurricane.
Nice.
I want to live there with my wife. I want to have 4 kids. I have the list of the names of the kids I want. I'm going to buy
Nice.
my 2 dream cars this year. I know that to be a fact.
Nice.
I'm going to buy, because there's another business I do on the side just for financial vehicles. So we're going to make good money.
Oh, correct.
I want a Lamborghini STO 2022, the one in Salt Lake. It's a green one.
Okay.
And $350K. And then I want a Shelby Baja Raptor 2023. It's
Dang.
a white one.
Yeah.
And I know what I want. I'm gonna fly private this year. I know that's gonna happen. I want to be able to get paid by speaking, and I'm already doing that. I'm getting some gigs and stuff, so I started doing that as well. So
Nice.
it's been pretty cool.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, with the enthusiasm and passion that you bring, that's what people need.
And you don't find
Yeah.
that a lot in like a 24-year-old kid.
No, not
you
too
know?
much.
So I
Yeah.
can stand it. And plus Chilean. I feel like I'm pretty unique. So I've been able to like use that
Yeah.
pretty, like leverage the hell out of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's. I mean, it's a story. It's a hero story. It's an amazing story of someone like, hey, listen, like there's a lot of people who start from 10, 20, 30, 40 level. You start from zero. And that's the coolest part is like, hey, with no support, everything riding on it, you can't like no safety ropes, you're able to make it work.
Yeah.
And so that's just an amazing story that people need to hear more of. So I love that speaking.
We need more of it, dude. We need more people showing what's possible, especially when you work with God.
Yeah.
You know, as I told you, I want to live a life that either people like just hate on it, or they just feel so inspired to be like, I know I can do more. Because if this dude where he came from can do that, I can do it. Yeah. And in a way that I'm like, dude, this is what you can do with God.
Awesome.
Like Christ saved my life. And this is what you can do. I apply spiritual principles in all areas of my life. Yeah. I know as human beings, we can do a lot. But with Heavenly Father, there's so many more things you can do. Right?
Absolutely.
So many. There's days I don't even eat. Because I know that I'm on my purpose and I get energy from heaven, dude. And it's freaking great.
When you live in your purpose, it's just, it's like this unlimited, you're able to tap into this unlimited source of energy.
Dude, it's insane. Like, it's insane. And I do intermittent fasting already. So I just eat once a day and I just drink a lot of water. But there's days just go and I'm tired, but then a client or a meeting and I'm like, my energy comes up again.
That's amazing.
And I don't know, dude, like it's been, I love, and I talk about God and Christ so much because they've been such a huge influence in my life that I just want to help people get closer to him in everything that I do.
I love that. So for anybody that's listening today that is resonating with what you're saying, the best places for them to find you, it sounds like, a social media.
Yeah, just Instagram. Shoot me a DM.
Awesome.
And if you follow me, my guys will reach out to you first.
Awesome. So follow you and you're going to get somebody that reaches out. And then...
I mean, dude, like I post a lot of free content. Like in my YouTube, there's so many stuff that I give away.
Yeah. What's your YouTube channel?
It's called Potzch, the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So it's on my like Instagram. You can like look it up there. But there's so much value that I just give away because I want people to get better. I really do.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it in less time and more personalized, dude, come, let's do it. Let's change that right now.
I love that. You know? Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on today.
I appreciate it, bro.
I mean, guys, the passion that you brought is just phenomenal. I'm more pumped today than I ever was. Good. And man, I just hope that we can continue to see you grow and just help as many people as possible.
Fully are. I mean, same thing to you, bro. I hope these podcasts blows up, dude. You're doing God's work for sure.
As long as I have people like you on, yes, it will.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there, dude. And I think you're giving a platform that people can express what they're feeling, what they're doing. So I think it's great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good
Thanks
job,
for coming on.
Yeah, no worries.